I'm about 25. My brother, my biological brother, has had my nephew, and I'm just like the proud auntie. I got my two when my son was born. He didn't come after a suicide attempt, but he did come after a miscarriage.
Yeah.
6 months to the day, just like his sister. So he's here. My daughter's here. My nephew has just arrived. So I'm like, man, I got 3 kids. I got to hustle up some more. I was doing hair, flipping cars, and working 2 jobs. I did hair in the kitchen. I was buying cars at auction, fixing them up because I had a guy. Yeah. And fixing them up, putting them for sale sign on them, driving them around, selling them. And then I had fast food jobs, working part-time, so I can make sure I'm home when my kids are. All right, so anyhow, my nephew was born. Financially, I'm helping my mom. I'm taking care of my brother. Here comes his nephew. I'm taking care of my two, taking care of me, right? So there comes a day when the baby mama asks me for something and I tell her no for the first time. And so about a week later, my brother is supposed to be keeping my kids and his son, and we end up getting into this huge fight because it's his turn to take the boys because my daughter's in first grade. So he doesn't want to do it. He don't want to wake up. He ain't got no job. He ain't doing nothing. Get your tail up. It's my day off. Get up. I'm still in the house, but get up. Right? So we get into a mild argument. At this time, my nephew's not walking properly because between my brother and his mother, they like to put him in this playpen. If he's not in that playpen, he's probably not at that location. They put him in there so much, it became something that I fought my brother about. Like, let my nephew about this the whole playpen. So he doesn't toddle, even though he's 15 months old. He doesn't really know how to walk. So my kids are teaching him how to walk when they have the opportunity, because when I'm home, he has to be out the playpen because he might have to stay there the whole day if I don't come home and take him out the playpen.
Yeah.
Okay. So I leave my son down there. I turn on cartoons. I fix them some breakfast. They had like some grits and toast or something. It was nothing major. And I told my son, if y'all need anything else, just go to the kids' corner. So in the bottom of the refrigerator, the last 2 shelves was the kids' corner. Because I'm helping in this house. I'm helping my brother. And I got 2 kids. These last 2 shelves, they are for my children. You understand me? There's snacks galore. There's juices galore. Whatever y'all need after breakfast, go there. So I go back upstairs. At this time, I'm an alcoholic, high-functioning alcoholic. I drank so much, the package store knew me by first name. When they got a shipment in, they were paging me. You remember pages, right?
Yeah.
They were paging me like, yo, we got some more stuff. And so they paged me and was like, we got some new stuff. And I said, well, I'm not up yet. I'm going to come through when I'm up. But I fixed me a drink. I rolled me a joint. I wasn't even done with the joint, but I had finished like 2 drinks. And so I hear my son scream. Well, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? So on my way downstairs, my son is coming upstairs, but he's holding his arm, right? It took me about 20 good minutes to calm my son down, right? So when I calm him down and I look at his arm, there's a handprint there, a man's handprint there. You understand how much pressure that is for a man's handprint to be on a 2-year-old's arm? That's a lot of pressure. So I'm going downstairs and I get into this argument with my brother, right? This argument lasts for probably like 7 a.m. to about 1 p.m. About 12 p.m., his baby mama calls, hears us arguing, and she's like, I'm on my way, right? She drove an hour and 15 minutes to join in an argument that up until her arrival was nonviolent. It's just 2 siblings arguing. We just gonna say what we want to say, and then, if he wants some money, I'm just throw it at him or something. It was gonna work itself out because this is what we do.
Yeah.
So she arrives and she sits down on my sofa that I bought for the house, and she proceeds to join in the argument. the first thing she does is she calls me a B word. And I'm like, Jay, get your baby mama. She done lost her doggone mind. Little money I spent between y'all. Put some respect on it, you know.
Yeah.
So me and my brother keep arguing, and she says it again. I said, okay, I told you. Okay. You don't want to get your children out the yard? You know, like, but we're still arguing. And so we get to the point to where he calls my son a bastard. And I'm like, you and your girl are not even married either.
Yeah.
So what are you saying? You know? And so that's the point where she gets up off my sofa and she comes over to us. But I'm not focused on her because me and him are like nose to nose, snarling at each other now. Now it's about to get physical. But she's standing right here. My brother is right here, right? So she calls me the B word again. So I turn around to address her finally. Like, look, little girl, you know what I'm saying? I done gave you too much money. You need to sit over there on my sofa and shut the hell up until me and my brother are done arguing. That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
Because then nobody called you. You volunteered to come over here. So you could just sit down.
Yeah.
And so Shawty was like, who are you talking to? And so she slaps me. And so right when she slaps me, my brother hits me in my stomach. So I'm like, oh, elbow here, punch there. And so got a 2-for-1 in. My brother's sitting there nursing his bloody nose, and I'm just tearing her up, tearing her little head up, tearing it up. So I done backed you from like here to that island, fighting you just solely at the head, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just about to go in and do some body shots, you know, punch her in her abdomen area. And I realized before I take that first swing, she is literally holding my nephew. At the time that she slapped me, she was holding my nephew.
Yeah.
So this whole time I've been tearing her head up. I didn't even see her holding my nephew. I don't see it until now that I got you up against the wall and I'm really about to go to work. Right? So when I tell her giving me my nephew, she's like, no, I got something in my trunk for you. Don't worry, I'll be right back. So I said, she got something in her trunk. Okay. So a couple of months prior, I had this stalker. His name is Bear. I don't even know if he's still alive. But this dude, I shaded him so much at the bar. I was buying my own drinks, bought my own wings, and he was just annoying. I was having a bad day already, but then you trying to be persistent is on my nerve right now. And so I just brushed him. You know what I'm saying? Like as verbally as I could, you know.
Yeah.
So he ended up stalking me. Like everywhere I would go, I would see this red car. You feel me? And so it turned out to be him. So I bought a pistol because of him.
Yeah.
Right? So she's telling me, I got something for you outside of my trunk. Wait right there. You wait right there. So I go upstairs, take my gun out my lockbox, go to the kitchen, grab one of my clips, and take 2 shots in the air. Right?
Yeah. So
she hurries off to the police department and she files a police report. Well, while she's filing the police report, they run her name. She's wanted in several counties for counterfeit checks, cashing them, blah, blah, blah. And so she has to stay just like I got to stay. My mom and my brother come to bail her out, but she can't go. That just means that the next county is coming to pick her up. And that will repeat until, you know what I'm saying, they get through all the counties. So anyway, while we're sitting in jail, I ended up having to be charged with aggravated assault because even though it was a couple of shots in the air, she told the police I shot at her and my nephew. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So instead of me being charged for shooting like this, I was being charged for shooting like this. And so anyhow, I ended up facing 54 years, which created another addiction, cocaine.
Yeah.
So I started sniffing cocaine. I was like, man, 54 years. You know how long 54 years is? 54 years of not being able to go where you want to go, eat what you want to eat, see who you want to see, do what you want to do. 54, like 5 in front of the 4 years, right? So my mind was glitching like, and so I was trying to stop it. And so that was the reason for the cocaine. I needed something stronger than herb because it just wasn't doing the not panic, you know. So my complex where I had paid money wouldn't let me come home. So I had to sleep in my car.
Yeah.
So I ended up serving The judge gave me 5 to serve 1. And so I served that first year. You know, I made a decision while I was in there that I regretted, but that's in the book. So you have to wait till that.